Hello and welcome to Quirky Cat Crafts. This is Sherry, and this is part 5 of my Dungeons and Dragons mixed media mosaic. And I'm getting ready to color in some stamps with mica powders. Okay, so I went ahead and stamped these off camera because I wanted to make sure that they stamped cleanly, which ironically they did, but I didn't want to waste 10 or 15 minutes in the video stamping out images. I think you guys have seen enough stamping. So I have the castle, and then I also have the treasure chest, and those are done on white Primo Pearl. And then I've got the crow with the stack of books and the owl with the stack of books, and I did those on silver clay. Okay, so we're going to color these in with mica powders. The mica powders I'm using, and I have several different kinds, but this is actually the Craft Smart brand from Michael's, and I've been very happy with these. The coverage that you get, how well it bonds to the clay, how smooth it is going onto the clay, and then of course, you know, you have all the different color options, and it's easier if you're going to go back later and make other items and color them in. You don't have to try and remember which mica powder colors you use, because if you're just restricting yourself to this palette. So we're going to go ahead and color these in. We're going to start with the castle. And I've decided that I'm going to do the red and the darkest blue they have, the darkest green they have, and the purple. Because those are the 4 clay colors and also the 4 ink colors. And there's 4 flags, so I figured why not do 1 in each color. And then when I do the books and the treasure chest, I'll use these 4 colors in some way on those. Okay, I'm going to do the flags first, because when you're doing mica powders, once there's coverage on the clay, you're not going to be able to go back over with another color because it's not going to stick. And I want to make sure I get the flags done before I start filling in the sky. So, so I just have some different sized paintbrushes, and I want to use this one because it's a flat to make sure I stay in the lines on the flags. So let's see how particular I want to get in regards to. Oh, I guess it's only 3 flags, you guys. I thought there was 4, but there's only 3. Okay. Well, there's going to be a lot of blue going on in this with the water and the sky. So we will just eliminate the blue and do a red, a green, and a purple. So I don't want red and green next to each other, so I'll do green on one end, red on the other, and purple in the middle. So where's the purple? All right, so we'll do the middle one first. And just getting a little bit just on the tip of the brush. And again, hi, you're going to have to deal with my head, you guys. So, all right, so purple. And I'm not swiping the brush. I am just tapping it like I'm doing paint with a stencil. If you swipe the brush on something this small, you run the risk of picking up the ink and smearing the ink. And also it's a lot harder to control where the mica powders go. So that is my tip. Let's do green next. And I just tap out the brush in between colors. And I think I'm going to do the green over here because red and purple are kind of in the same color family. And so these are kind of close, and this one's further away. So I'll make that one red and this one green. And I know I'm being way overthinking stuff, but that's just how my brain works. If I don't think it out that way beforehand and just do it, and then I come back later after it's completed and I think, oh, I should have done it this way instead. So So I just really try to, you know, mostly on this, the castle is just going to stay white. I'm going to do a little bit of gold in the windows. And I'll probably do a gray for the roofing, but I'm going to leave the castle white. And then the mountains and the rocks are going to be gray as well. And then the path is going to be a darker gray. So blues and grays mostly. So, all right, so this is the red. It's not a true red. It's really hard to get a true red in a lot of things. It's like, I don't know, but especially with mica powders, I've never found a very true red, but this is about as close as we're going to get, so. And it'll work. Just a hint of color there. Okay. All right, so let's see. I've got, there's a black, a darker gray, and a silver, because I think I'm going to do the road in the black. No, actually, I think I'm going to use that color. So these three colors of gray. So the darkest one for the road. So let's go ahead and do that. I don't know. Hang on a second. When in doubt, grab a scrap of clay and dry it out on the scrap first. And that's what I'm doing. Because that looks like an awful lot like a blue-gray, which would not be a bad thing because the room is, you know, blues and grays. So just a pinch of the color of the clay. I'm going to get it good. So let's see what this color looks like. Because that does kind of have a blue tint to it, doesn't it? That's kind of a bluish gray. I'm not against it. Kind of want to do the rocks in that color. That's what I think we're going to do, the rocks and the mountains in this color. All right, so I'm going to get a round brush out because I don't need to be quite as specific. And get a little bit of it in here in the lid. And again, just tap, tap, tapping. It is kind of a blue-gray. I like it though. And as I've said on previous videos, normally I would probably do these in browns and tans and golds, but because of the decor of the room, and I want it to work with the decor of the room, so we are going grays and silvers and blacks as opposed to browns and tans and golds. So what I like about coloring with mica powder as opposed to paint is that you do not have to be perfect. I mean, you can go out of the lines a little bit, it doesn't matter. You can kind of have it fudgy, doesn't matter. So, okay. There's a little more in there, sorry. Okay. I'll leave that color out because I might use that instead of blue when I do the books. Alright, so I got a dark gray and a light gray. Well, a dark gray and a silver. I think the dark gray on the road, silver on the roof. No, I think we're going to do dark gray on the roofs and silver on the road. That's what I think. Why? I don't know. I have no reason. Just because. Sometimes just because is good enough. I might use the darker gray on the sides of the road. So, just a hint of color. There we go. All right. Now we're going to do the roofs in the dark gray, dark silver. Sorry about my head, you guys. Just doing a little hint. These little windows that have like an arch above it, I'm going to come back in with a darker color. I think I'm going to do darker on the side of that too. I'm not real good on shadowing and stuff like that. I don't have any kind of art training, you guys. I actually failed art in school twice, which was really irritating to me because I was like, how do you fail art? I mean, if you're doing the assignment to the best of your ability, how do you fail art? But, no, failed it twice. My senior year, totally messed up my GPA. So then I decided I didn't have any talent in the art world. And so I didn't do anything artistic for many, many years. And then decided I wanted to find some kind of a craft to do, but like, what am I good at? What was I good at? What did I have talent for? I didn't know, but I got on the internet and started researching stuff, and I knew a lady in Britain who did this kind of craft, and then I stumbled onto Miss Sarah with my Serenity crafts, and between the two of them I learned quite a bit. And pretty much kind of self-taught myself, to be honest. And I'm by no means an expert. I just figure it out as I go along. So, okay, I'm not going to do every window. And I'm going to use the round brush, because there's kind of more of a point to it. Actually, let me see if I have a pointier one. I think I'm going to have better control with this one. So I'm not going to do every window because I don't want a lot of gold on here. But just a couple of the windows. Because you see how, like, much brighter that is. I think that's really all I want to do. Like I said, I don't want a lot of gold on there. All right, so we just got to do the sky and the water. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. Shouldn't have said that out loud. Now I'm hungry. All right, so we've got a sky blue. And then I have two different choices for water. I think I'm going to go with this one. Yeah, because that's more of a teal, and that's just a darker blue. So I think we're going to go with that one. All right. And I've got like a makeup brush. So let's do the water first. And again, this is going to be hit and miss. It's not going to be perfect coverage. It's just going to be kind of... Oh, I didn't finish the bridge. And I'll have to go back and do that. Got sidetracked. So, again, I'm not going to do full coverage because it's just enough. Just a hint of color, that's all you need. I need a little more dark over here. Okay. And so that I don't forget again, let's go back and do the bridge. Darker one. Yeah, I should probably Google these and find out what the names of them are. And because the label on the top, it just says conforms to blah, 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 blah. And so there's no name anywhere. So it's kind of a little frustrating. So, or do what I did with the rest of my mica powders and make a sample. Okay. I am going to use that black on the bottom parts because it's not going to be true black, and it's not going to be, it's more like a grayish color, kind of. Just kind of darken it up a little bit. Okay. So, and then we'll do the sky. I thought this would take a lot longer. Because I used a pearl clay, I don't need to go back over the castle. If I had used just a straight white clay, I would go back over it with white mica powder. But I don't need to because it's already pearlized clay. You can also use your finger. I do that with texture, but when I'm doing this, I use a brush. So, and I'm not going to color it in completely either, although I will add a little more to try to because, you know, it doesn't need to be completely filled in. And it's funny because when you look at it from different angles, you get a different view. And where I said you don't want to swipe over where you've got stamped images, out here it's okay. Because you don't have to worry about smearing any ink. I want a little bit in here. A little bit more down here. I'll come back in with the smaller brush. And do a little more detail in between. Getting hungry, you guys. Made a steak and baked potatoes earlier. And ate one of the steaks. And then came up here and started doing this. And I've been doing this about 6 hours now. So, about time to go eat. Actually, I was going to make, I've also got bratwurst pulled out. I was going to do bratwursts and steak fries, but since I spent more time than what I thought I was going to in here, I'm really hungry, so I think I need to just nuke what I've got already made, and I'll do the bratwursts tomorrow. That is my plan. I always have to know my plan. It may change 50 times, but I always have to know the plan. I'm actually going in with my finger because I've got clumps, basically. All right, I'm happy with that. It's pretty subtle, but it's going to be by far the biggest tile on the mosaic. And so just kind of kept it simple. All right, let's bring in the treasure chest. Normally I would do gold for the coins, but I'm going to do silver coins. But I will do gold on the crown so that there's a little bit of gold. Sorry about my head. So, see, and you just gotta have, I'm not even gonna do anything on the chest itself. I'm only gonna color in the treasures. So we've got 3 gemstones over here. And so, of course, we're gonna go red for sure, purple for sure, and green. I don't know that I'm going to do background color on this, like blue around it. I'm probably not. I'm probably just going to leave it white. Because remember, the castle itself is white, so. All right. So we're going to have a red. We don't want red and purple next to each other, so we'll do the red out here. And then the purple on the other side. And and green in the middle. And I'm just getting the powder on just like one side of the brush. And just tap, tap, tap. So there's our little gemstones. We do have some pearl necklaces in there, so how about we get some white pearl? Sorry about my head. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with the sword. I could do the lock and the hasp. No. I was gonna say I could do those gold, but that's awful close to the crown. So I'll probably do those in the dark gray. In the dark silver. So there's our pearl necklaces. Alright, silvers. Nope, those are the blues. I think we'll do this sword and the hilt of the sword in gold though. But we're gonna do, I'm debating, you guys. Could do silver coins in the chest, but gold coins down here. How about we do that? I think we should. Okay, silver coins. I got a bad feeling about this. But we're going to do it. It needs some color. We're going to do it. And hope that I'm not making a hideous mistake. It's not a big stamp, so it wouldn't be a big deal if I had to re-stamp and do it again. Again, just a hint of color. Okay. So now I feel like I've got enough gold going on, so I want to go dark silver on the sword. And then the almost black color for the lock. And the hasp at the top. And I think we're going to leave the rest. So sometimes less is more. Sometimes I will color in every single little nook and cranny. But I want it simple. So, all right. So we got the two birds. Got a crow or a raven and an owl. Okay. So let's start with white because the scroll and the quill are going to be white. I am not going to do any coloring on the birds themselves. I'm leaving them as is. I might do a hint of gold for the beak and the eyeball of this one and for the eyes of the owl. That's probably going to be my hint of gold on these two. But for the bird itself, I'm just leaving it gray and white. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we got the scroll. Again, just hint of color. and the quill. Okay, oh, and I need to do the owl's feet yellow also. This is scaring me, but we're going to try it. Okay. Sorry about my head. I'm going to do a little bit of tap, tap, tap. I think we're good. And then the eyes of the owl. Being a little more careful. I'm not even going to mess with his feet. Just going to leave it like that. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. So we know green, blue, purple, red, and how about the light blue? No, I think we want to go dark gray for the other one. The color I did for the rocks. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's only 5 colors. I gotta think. I think we're going to do this little one at the bottom in gold. Because I think I'm going to do the lines in gold as well. So my floor just creaked. I wonder if one of my boys just came in to say hello. Yep. Hi, don't you dare jump up here. Yeah, it is time for their next feeding. That would be why I've got Cranky Pants sitting here next to me. Breathing at me. You better not. No. He's inching his way. We had a little issue with him here recently, jumping up on my craft table. And I had a project completely laid out, ready to be glued, and he just scattered the tiles everywhere. I was not happy. I was very not happy. Okay, that takes care of the gold. Do some green. All right, I have to plan it out. So we've got 2 different colors of blue, so those need to be top and bottom. And then we're going to do the green in the middle so that I have red and purple on either side of it. No, no, no. He's calibrating. You know when they crouch down and their butt starts wiggling? I'm hungry too, buddy. You're going to have to just wait a few more minutes. I'm almost done. This is fun. I'm bent over petting him one-handed. All right, so over here we've got 4 books. And so I think we're going to do green on the top one. Okay. Ow, that would be claws in my leg. Okay. All right, let's do the 2 blues. Wrong one. So light blue and the dark blue. No. Light blue. Kind of would have wished I would have went dark blue next to the light green, but too late now. Again, just hints of color, you guys. Doesn't have to be colored in perfectly. No. I do not know which of your 9 lives you're on. But if you jump up here, we're going to find out. I think I meant to go blue top and bottom on this one. But I think because I'm being distracted by a greedy, greedy cat, I ended up going blue and blue. Didn't mean to do that, but it's all right. It'll work. Blue. I mean, I could, ouch, stop it. Purple. So, purple book. I have no reason for doing purple up here and the red at the bottom. Just because. No logical explanation. Maybe because I inadvertently went light to dark. Like the lighter color. No! The lighter colors are at the top and the darker colors are at the bottom. So, may not have been intentional, but I didn't mean to do 2 blues over here, but because I don't have a red in here now. I didn't mean to do that. Oh well, I don't see any way of correcting that problem, so it is what it is. Oops. I almost colored in the side of this red book. That would have been wrong. We're just going to put a little bit of... I'm not sure if that's a book or not, but we're going to just do a strip of red up there. Who knows? It's not like someone's going to be studying it with a magnifying glass, so... Alright, I'm not going to do anything with the sizes of the pages. I think we'll go... I think we're going to go gold for the little tabs that are sticking out. Why not? There we go. All right. Sorry, you guys. Just gonna clean this up a little bit and bring this in. Put these back on here. Uh-oh. And we'll bring the castle back in. I hope I wasn't out of the shot the whole time. All right, so there we go. Castle, treasure chest, owl with a stack of books, and a crow or a raven with a stack of books. All right, so I'm going to get those in the oven. And this concludes, what, part 5? Yes. So on the next video, we'll be doing the silver leafing. And then I've got a cobblestone, a couple of different cobblestone options that I'm going to do on graphite pearl with silver ink. And that'll get cut up as filler, silver leafing. And then I have this Fimo leather effect in black. And this is what I'm going to do the dragon scales on, the texture with the mica powder rub, so that underneath will be kind of leather, like dragon hide. So hopefully that's the theory. We're going to see if it works. So, and that'll be part 6. So until then, thanks so much for watching.